Alright, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing another VOD review. Not really sure the SR on this match, but I'm pretty sure it's around maybe 2000, 1900, something like that. Low gold, high silver kind of range. It's going to be another Echo VOD. I'm watching actually, let me change this colors real quick before we get into it a little too deep. Where's it at? That way it's just a little easier to watch. Alright, I'm gonna have to change this back. But as I said, today we're gonna be looking at another Echo VOD. Once again around 2000 SR, I believe. Alright, so go ahead and skip a little bit out here. Let's make sure this is alright. Alright, so let's get right into it. See what we got. Alright, so we're on Ryan D.Va. We've got a Mercy. Don't know what their comp is yet. We know they have an Echo. Okay. Bit of a weird fly. You could have flown above the Ryan shield and maybe shot at some stickies behind. Yeah, so okay, so for starters, what I would do instead of chilling here and spamming, which is okay, you're doing the right thing. What you could do if you're feeling confident in your mechanics, you could take this upper angle and instead of shooting here, kind of where the Rhine is, where the shield is, you could shoot around here or here, because in these kind of lobbies, most people will start around here for some reason, just because they don't really know any better. This is actually a pretty bad place to hold because flanks are open and there's not a lot of retreatable area. Most people, if you climb up, will probably hold closer to here. Some people will hold here and then drop down. Blizzard World is a weird, funky first point. So most of the time, what you'll see is people hold around this area more. Because if you back up, there's a wall. You can use this as cover essentially. You can't really use this as cover. It's just so open. Most people won't hold here, but for right now, occasionally teams will do this and they'll just sit up here and maybe they're trying to force a brawl early for whatever reason. Also, if they die here, if somebody dies here, it's a lot longer to walk all the way back, you know. But for right now, what I'm seeing is pretty good. You just want to spam, take poke damage. With Echo, you're pretty versatile. Oh, what the hell? The colors didn't even change. Oh well. You're pretty versatile, but this range is good, especially since they have another Echo and a Junkrat. Against the Junkrat, you'll probably want to play a little bit higher because if the Junkrat wants to duel you, he'll have to use one of his mines to get up to you, or he'll have to play in a certain way, and you can just make it a lot harder for the Junk to play. Against double shield, you're doing the right thing, is just spamming shields. When you have a Tracer on your team, you're not going to get a lot of shield damage. And what do you have? Ryan D.Va, like I said, yeah, so they're going to have more shields. So you have to do a little bit with shield break. But for starters, for like your stickies will, if you attach them, they can run into each other and whatever. I'm sure you know all this. I'll just shut up and keep going. Let's continue. Good. Sig shield is broken. You stuck to Ryan, that's good. Okay, that's good punish. Yep, that's good. Where did your Ryan go? Oh, well, he's over there. Okay, nice. Good job. Yeah, this is pretty good actually. That's just unfortunate, but one thing you did do pretty well is you didn't rush in there. I'll see a lot of people just kind of rush towards the enemies and they'll feed for that. Your position was actually on the safer side, so it is kind of just unlucky that they ended up catching you out with the spam. Good stickies. Their Echo's not really using her fly. She's kind of just playing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the mid-air Echo battles are going to be pretty tough whenever. Well, I mean they're tough regardless, but their Mercy seems to be paying a little more attention to the Echo. Good stickies. There's a good angle on those stickies, by the way. Good, he's one. Nice. Yeah, nice. You can go above those shields. I'm gonna be careful. They're kind of butt-fucking your team right now. Are they? Never mind. Your team seems fine for some reason. Good clone on the Rhine. A little late into the fight, but you know. No shame in securing it. That's alright. Echo gets taken. Okay, Copy gets taken down. And look, your BAP and your Rhino are down. You're gonna have low damage. Okay, this junk's going nuts on your team. So yeah, good disengage if you get out. If you get out that early, you probably could have gone for the Mega on the left, since it's pretty separated from where they are. Yeah, nice. This is good. This is good poke right here. Okay, your Tracer's on point. Some of them are gonna turn around. If you have someone like that, like Tracer or Sombra, touch point like that, tanks should probably, most of the time, walk up. Good shatter. That's a good shatter. You want to fly up and capitalize on that. Okay, yeah. This Ryan is just inting. Oh, a little bit early on the beam there. If the so in Overwatch, here's a tip. The shields will only display cracked if they are half health or lower. So if we can find a cracked shield, maybe that's Sigma. Not sure. Let's see if I can get an example up for you. Okay, this Ryan's shield looks pretty healthy. Let's see what he's at. 6 right here. Yeah, okay, so his shield is full. We'll see what he gets down to. Boom, right there, half cracking animation. On a cracked shield, generally speaking, you'll want to beam that because it either forces their tank to drop their shield because their shield will die, or their shield breaks. So if the shield is cracked on Echo, you can beam that and just communicate to your tanks, hey, push this Reinhardt, push this Sigma, he has no shield. Communicate to your Orisa or Roadhog maybe, hey, pull or hook this guy, he has no shield right now, or his shield is broken. 9 times out of 10, you can kill the tank. That's just what I've noticed though. So you can use beam on the shield if it's lower than half, and a good indication of that would be if the shield is cracked at all. It works on Orisa shield, it works on Ryan's shield, Sig shield, whatever, bubble, whatever shield, it works. And like I said, as long as it's below half health, Echo's beam, I think it's close to the, like, think about it as kind of like a Symmetra beam, level 3 Symmetra beam. So it'll take that thing down. Alright, nice big shatter. Opening it up. Oh yeah, we already seen this. Wait, have we? Yeah. Maybe? I can't remember. I don't think we have. Okay, so the Ryan goes for another pin. Gets nothing. Good poke on the Echo. It would really help if you had a hit scan to help you with that Echo, or if that's good. Okay, so a couple comments here. I won't pause it. I'll just make it quick. Their Mercy's resting in the middle of their team with everyone around them. They have plenty of help. It was good that you punished that, but I would have preferred you not to fly in and use all your cooldowns. What you can do is just walk up to her, kill her, and then fly out. That way you don't die, and you can stay alive and contribute. Good beam, yeah, perfect. Good finish, yep. Kind of like that. If something had happened while you were killing that Mercy, you could have flown away and saved your own life. Moira, this Moira's half. If you saw her health beforehand. Yep, that's alright. Good cleanup. Okay, nice. Good poke. Yeah, so far not bad. Playing really well. Good target prioritization, but you do want to be aware of that Junkrat that's down there, because he could. That is a little close. Junkrats definitely could take you down when you're that close. Okay, well this guy's just sitting still. That's okay. The pressure is good. You could probably go for a Rhine clone here, since you guys are mirrored Rhine D.Va. Amazing bombs. Good job. That's one thing, actually, that I want to mention. So, let's say you're trying to track somebody. You can make it easier to aim on them if you mimic their movement. Doesn't really matter what they're doing, but you will have an easier time tracking somebody. Like this D.Va, for example, if I'm playing, if I move this way, it takes less crosshair movement for me to track the D.Va, making it easier to hit the shots. You know what I mean? It's a little bit I don't want to say less applicable to projectiles, but if you're in a duel, you can just mimic their movement, and if they aren't doing the same thing, it's going to be a little bit tougher for them to hit you, and a little closer the better. I would say for this kind of thing, but it definitely applies to most situations. If you mimic somebody's movement, just as best as you can, 9 times out of 10, you'll get the advantage in the duel. So that's just something to be aware of, unless they're like sitting still or doing some weird stuff. If it's just two people shooting at each other, try to mimic their movement. That way it'll take less crosshair movement from you. You kind of get a little bit more control over the fight. Okay, I don't know how this junk doesn't see you. Okay, okay. Good. Okay, going for the clone. Okay, you got the beat. You can be aggressive here. Not a bad clone. But I do have some comments. If you want to get more, this will sound really kind of, oh my god, that was a beautiful stick. Good shit. If you want to get more value out of your Echo ult, I believe I mentioned this to you before. Usually you want to clone a tank. You want to copy a tank. What? Where are they? Behind you? Oh, he's up there. You know, you could fly up and look. Oh. Okay. That works. Yeah, definitely focus down the Echo. I'll continue what I said earlier. You can beam that. Yep, nice. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder for them to get that D.Va bomb out. They probably have it by now, actually. Oh, close. Okay. Well, that was good. That's good pressure on the Echo. Risky flying in there like that. If they had stuns, you would be a prime target to stun right there if you had flown in like that. Okay. Interesting tire. You can beam that. Nice. Good beam. Yeah, you're doing just fine. You could, yeah, I didn't even say it. I was gonna say you could probably try to pressure tanks a little more, because they have Winston D.Va. They don't have as much shield. Okay, going for the D.Va clone. Go in with the missiles. You did kind of stay a little bit too pushed up, for my liking. If that was me, you could have flown in and flown out at the same time. Yep, getting the mechs. Okay. Oh, okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, that's a good stick on the remaking D.Va. You can always get some free charge on the remaking D.Va whenever she calls that in, because she can't control it, can't move. Crowd control doesn't affect her. Yep. Alright, well that's fine. You have 72 another ult. I was saying earlier, if you want to get more value out of your ults, you can come with a little bit more of a plan, more pre-thinking. Like right now, you could say, who can I dupe when I get it? You could go Winston D.Va. You could even go for the Mei. Even the Moira. Get a Coalescence. I would probably go for the D.Va or the Winston, because their ults can create a lot of displacement for the other team. Okay, your Ryan's gonna just absorb all of the CC on their team, so you can push up really far here. Nice. You might want to clone this. Copy D.Va, yeah, nice. Yeah, that's good. To copy the D.Va and to just farm your bomb off of the D.Va. Yeah, that was clean, yeah. During something like this, overtime, D.Va Bomb is a really, really good ult because it forces them to play a certain way. Tyre's gonna get... Yeah, okay, nice. You can just punch that. Okay, nice. There's a junk behind the cart. I don't know if you hear. He's one shot. She's rezzing. That's fine, you're reloading. There's a lot going on here. Gets the Mercy. Okay, it's about 5v2 here, I think. Nice, good cleanup. Keep pressuring tanks, good. Nice. Yeah, overall a clean round. Pushed it to third in overtime. So, that's good. You got third at least. Yeah, it was a strong fight though. Skip this. I don't really have anything to say. That was pretty clean. Good ults, usually. I don't know if I finished what I was saying, but usually you could think a few steps ahead with your ult. Obviously you can't see their team yet, but for example, I mean you could say, oh, if I clone the D.Va here, I could throw a bomb behind them, you know. Usually cloning tanks, you will just not like immediately get value, but it's going to be easier to get value out of a tank, even the tank ultimate. Even if you don't get your ult, like if you just play like a third tank on your team is going to be more impactful than 2 DPS, 2 tanks. Having 3 DPS, or 3 tanks and 1 DPS is going to be easier to kind of overwhelm the enemy team if you have 3 tanks. So usually I would say go for a tank, maybe a DPS, maybe a support. If you really need the healing, you can, or something like that, you can go Lucio, get the beat really fast, you know. There's endless possibilities with Echo ult. It's kind of useless to spam their Echo like that. You kind of want to just play a little safer. You could have been spamming the tanks, getting your ult a little bit quicker, but not bad. Nice. Oh, just realized that's up. Yeah, a little more poke, you might have been able to kill that Reaper off, but you definitely scared him away, which is good. That's alright, yeah. So that's another thing, another trick with aiming. I'll bring it up whenever the D.Va comes over here. So this D.Va isn't really, is kind of making one of the fatal mistakes of strafing. She's sitting like this, and just strafing left and right. And on paper, that might seem like it's making it way harder to hit her. But let's see. If I put my crosshair right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you see what I mean? 6 or 7, 8 times if you strafe in the same spot, you go in the same area, and all you have to do is put your crosshair. Pretty much, you kind of just have to pick one side or pick one spot, and they'll just keep walking into it. It just makes for more efficient aiming. And same thing with the, if something like that happens, you don't exactly have to mimic their movement, although technically it would require less crosshair movement from you. But I mean, if they're just strafing, all you have to do is aim in the middle and shoot, and they'll just die. So that is good. All you have to do is just pick one spot. Let's continue. Yeah, you guys are playing really far up though, which is pretty interesting, but I guess you have the shields for it. Actually, your Lucio did just die, so okay, you traded healers. It's a good pick from your soldier. For the mid fight, you could duel their DPS or mainly farm down the tanks. With a soldier, you can really do whatever. You probably a little bit easier to duel other DPS on Echo, but they have Echo and Reaper, so it's really just up to your individual playstyle how you like to play Echo, because Echo is so versatile. You can do a lot with Echo. Yeah, that's alright, spam. Their team is really weird. They're kind of just sitting there and taking damage from you guys. Okay, they cloned the Moira, and she has a Mercy pocket, so you probably want to shoot at the Mercy first. Okay, that's good. Your Ryan just came in and bodied these kids. The Reaper behind you. Okay. Alright, nice. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say actually. This is pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty quiet, but I don't have that many comments to make. Your Echo gameplay is seeming pretty competent to me. There's not a lot. Okay, that guy's just emoting up there. Is he throwing? What the hell? Yeah. I mean, usually I would say that's a little risky to follow him in like that. But your team is playing so far up that it wasn't really that risky at all. Alright. Well, you guys just killed their Mercy. They just initiated with bomb, so GG. Okay. Lucio died to the remake. I would have cloned the Sig right there. D.Va bomb could be good here. Yeah, not bad. Wait for the boosters. You don't have to. Okay, so let's see how this goes. A triple. Okay, nice. So, okay, a couple things to say here. You don't have to. Okay, let's start with the good. So first of all, it is really good that you fly up, that you've flown up in the air a lot of the times for your ultimates, because opposed to that, you're a sitting duck basically while you're transforming into your ultimate of choice. However, one thing about just being so high up is you'll close the gap automatically on whoever you're basically on top of. I understand if there's people over here or whatever, but you probably wouldn't want to clone the D.Va when you're so far. Unless your tanks are about to go in, like, right there, you can clone the D.Va and fly in with your other tanks. But you don't have to use your boosters while you're already in the sky. You'll get there quick enough, and you have 15 seconds to ult. None of them are really looking at you, so you don't have the booster to evade or anything. You would just fall onto them and be in a great position. It's the difference between Reaper ulting right in front of you while you have a bunch of stuns, like while you have maybe McCree flashbang, and you just like, dude, that was a stupid ult. Or if you're playing McCree and you flashbang something, and then a Reaper fucking falls out of the sky and ults your team, and you're like, well, shit. It's a big difference. And there's a lot of outplay potential when that goes ult. You can kind of, or not outplay potential, fuck, what is it called? Planning, I guess. Can't really think of the word, but you can clone the D.Va up here, and they're gonna be looking all around for you, just not in front of us, not wherever the fuck. By that time, you're on them, and you have your boosters. If you burst their D.Va fast enough, you deal enough burst damage, you can have your bomb and boosters maybe 2 seconds sooner. That's the thing about Echo's ult. It requires some, like, pretty high game knowledge to get huge value out of it. Because you can get maybe multiple D.Va bombs out of this, or you can get a huge D.Va bomb and you guys don't even have a D.Va. So, like, all this, all that, they might not have any shields. You can get big value out of Echo ult. You just have to use it smartly and pick the right character. And it seems like you're pretty comfortable on the D.Va, so you prefer to clone the D.Va, and it seems to work out usually. I'm just saying, for future reference, you don't have to clone in and instantly int, basically, because if they have stuns or something, you just flew into their team, and now you're stunned 10 times and you're dead because Overwatch. On the opposite hand, you just fall into their team, making a little less noise, by the way. And if they stun you, you can just fly away and re-heal, and then shoot them again, and you have ult. So it's a little bit safer to not int, basically. And if you don't know what int means, it means to basically initiate and feed. Just think of int as initiate and feed. That's pretty much all you need to know. You're kind of a sitting duck if you boost in. My point is, it's a good thing that you cloned in the air. your diva play seems a little. You seem like you get really excited when you get your Echo ult out. And when you get your Echo ult, you're like, oh my god, I see them all. I can dupe their diva right here, and I'll get this bomb really fast, and I'll wipe their whole team. You know, which is awesome. It's great to have that thinking and that excitement, but you have to be controlled. You have to be calm with it. You have to know, okay, I'm gonna dupe the diva. The presence of a tank is also valuable. I believe I said this something, or said something like this earlier. The presence of a tank is valuable. So even if you don't get your bomb, you don't have to feel bad if you use Echo, if you use your Echo ult and you don't get your selected person's ultimate. It's okay. It's okay to do that. I believe that's all I had to say on that. Mainly just play carefully when you clone as Echo, because as we saw with the opposing team's Echo on third point over here, she kind of did what you did and just basically went balls to the walls and went into your team, and you guys killed her. So we want to avoid that happening. If it means playing a little bit more passive and waiting for maybe your Lucio to get back, or if it means playing a little passive and just living, it's okay. It's okay to do that. In this situation, they had terrible awareness, and you know, it worked out, and I'd imagine you win this fight because you just killed 3, and your team is coming back, I believe. So it worked out here, but I would suggest that you play for your life a little bit more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Playing for your life is a valuable skill, and it'll take a long time to learn, but it kind of just comes with, if you trust the process, you know, there's a kind of an equal opportunity to get more value the more you're alive. And it sounds really stupid to say, and I promise I'm almost done talking. But the more you stay alive, the more chances you will have to poke for your ult, or get a pick, or just do something, get value, you know, help your healer that's about to die, something. Anything is better than nothing, and you're getting nothing if you're dead. Likewise, you're getting nothing out of your Echo ult if you pick it, immediately die. You know what I mean? And that's pretty obvious, but it applies to pretty much every situation in Overwatch. It'd be better to just live and get some value, a little bit of value, than to die and get none. Obviously, that's not for all cases. If it's overtime and you need to go on point because the next person coming out of spawn has an ult or something, like, whatever. It's okay to die sometimes, but I promise you this, if you play a little bit safer and you just try to minimize your deaths as much as possible, it will benefit you in the long run. You might lose a couple fights, you know, because let's say if you had initiated with your team a little bit more and you tried to hold that point, you could have held it, maybe you win the game. But for the most part, you will get more value by just staying alive. I think that's it. Alright, let's go. Okay. Like I said, if you die here, it's alright, but it's okay to... Okay, so... I don't want to pause it. Alright, it seems to work out, but in an overtime push like this, when you have them 0-3 and it's about to be last fight, and it's just you, it's okay to give them 1 tick or 2 ticks, because as long as they don't get 3, they're not going to get more time. So, okay, a little bit of lag there. It's all good. Echo ended up dying. You guys have plenty of shields, seem pretty healthy on point. Your Moira just died. Be careful. Okay, we want to punish that. Why did we just stop looking at the Sigma? Oh, the Sig could have died. That Sig totally could have died. Good shield hopping. Using your Orisa shield. Good. That Brig is kind of without any cover. So in this situation... Okay, in this situation, it's a bit of a brawl on point, but if at all possible, you could communicate to your Lucio and maybe Orisa and say, guys, let's just wait. Let's just wait, especially since they just popped an ult. This is going to be kind of a little bit weird to understand, but in actual game, it would make sense. So let's say they got a bunch on point. It's a little bit too overwhelming for maybe 2 of you guys, maybe 3 of you guys. you did get kills earlier. You killed the Moira and the Reaper. So what we would do in this situation is just make sure. This is where the keyword "play for your life" comes in. Uh, Make sure you do not die here, because if you die, it's going to be way harder for everyone else to recontest and attack this point. I'm assuming you guys win this, maybe, or maybe they cap and then you get the point. Not really sure. Whatever happens, it's all right. But like I said, play for your life. Maybe back up, play a little more passive, get healed up, and that way, instead of Lucio going in and dying, and then you going in and dying, and then Orisa going in and dying, you got 3 people all at the same time coming in. It's going to be way harder for them to overcome that teamwork, as opposed to just a 4v1 and then a 4v1 and then a 4v1. It's going to be way better if you just play a little patient, give them a tick, give them 2 ticks. That's why you'll hear a lot of people say, guys, just give them a tick. We can give them space. We can give them 2 ticks. You know, we can give them space. We can give them ticks, as long as we do the other half, which is regroup as a team and then push back and make sure they don't cap this point. Oh, Lucio might die here. Yeah, Lucio goes down. Yeah, that's a pretty scary beat. Okay, we've got Echo ult. A Sigma Flux could be huge. A Death Blossom could be huge. Looks like we're going to go for the D.Va again. Looking good. Yes! Yes! That's exactly what I wanted. Yes, good. D.Va Bomb goes out. Probably going to get 2 here. Nice. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. We're going to go... Okay, we're going to go back on the D.Va. Nice. You can fly in that, punch that. Get another bomb. Good. Huge bomb. Good. Okay, perfect execution of the bomb. D-mech the D.Va and blow it up so that the bomb blows up after the D.Va gets out of her mech. Okay, looks like we're lagging here. Yeah, I know it when I see it. It's definitely lag. Oh, we might go off the map. Oh no. Yeah, this guy is definitely lagging. For sure, for sure. Might be back. Okay, we're back. It's all good. The Reaper's won. Okay, we hold it. Nice. Okay, so... Damn, I don't really have a lot to say, to be honest with you. You played really well. I think one thing, I can't remember your strengths and weaknesses that you mentioned to me, so I'll just kind of give you a general summary. One thing I think you could do better is taking more angles that are kind of safer for you and might pressure the enemy team a little bit. So let's just use right here as an example. I don't know what you died from. I can't remember. But this angle is pretty mediocre. You don't have a lot of cover here, as you can see, and that got you killed. So I would say playing next to cover and taking a little bit better angles is 2 things to improve on. And this will kind of sound stupid, but just hear me out. If you just usually stay next to a wall, like any wall at all, or anything to cover you, wall, rock, pillar, wall, whatever, it will be easier for you to die less. Well, it'll be harder to get killed if you have this accessible cover, because in Overwatch there are 2 kinds of cover. There's natural cover, which you can always rely on and can't be changed, and there's artificial cover, which you can rely on, but it can be destroyed. They can put it down. They can get hacked. Something can happen. So you want to use this as much as you can. Use the walls as much as you can. And if you're rotating or something, use this when you have to, but use this when you can. Does that make sense? Because when people will hold or whatever, they'll be sitting behind a shield, and even though there's a shield here, you'll see good players still peek the wall 1, 2, 3 when they're shooting, stuff like that. Or on Junkrat, maybe you're shooting over the wall even though you have a shield up and you could be sitting right here, because any second the shield could go down. Just like right here, any second the shield could go down. D.Va could get hooked in and die, something like that. That's why also when you're shooting at a shield, you'll want to shoot at the person behind them just like there was no shield there to begin with. It'll be you it's easy to get lazy and just shoot anywhere on the shield, but you want to have this. It'll benefit you because as soon as the shield breaks, you're already on them and you're ready to kill them. You're ready to get that pick, get the advantage, win the fight, right? So just to compare, just to make sure you understand, if I'm getting lazy and I'm shooting over here or something, the shield goes down. D.Va's 99 to ult or something, like something crazy, you know. Guys, we gotta make sure we don't die to this D.Va bomb. You know, we're gonna get fucked in the ass if we don't D.Va if they D.Va bomb right here. If you're up here, D.Va's one shot and she's got bomb. You know, this is of course hypothetical. You gotta move all the way over here. You could overshoot, you could undershoot. There's all this stuff that could go wrong. Whereas if you're already on her, you're already ready to shoot her. If the shield breaks and you got 2 bullets left in your clip, you get her down and you win, right? So it could be the difference between win or loss. So usually, actually not usually, always shoot where they are, even if there's a shield. Just like they're a free target. That will help you a lot. And like I said, taking cover, and like if you need to take high ground, I would just wait here and then fly up here. It's a lot harder to hit the mid-flight or mid-bap jump or whatever than it is to just hit somebody who's just walking around. It'll just help you in the long run. Also, what else was I gonna say? Shoot. Take better angles. Use more natural cover. Oh yeah, that's about it. Take better angles for sure, and use your natural cover a lot more. It can help you. Another tip I've heard can help people is to, I mean, you might know the health packs, but kind of try and play near a health pack a lot of the time. I don't really see this tip as much, but it can be helpful if you are struggling in some games to just kind of play near a health pack. In case you get hit, you can run in there and grab the health pack or whatever, come back out. It'll help you not die as much if you kind of claim a health pack, if I could say it that way. But you do need to be aware that you need to be ready to move whenever something happens. I think that's about it, actually. Yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. Good job. Keep playing like that. I mean, it's really just mostly consistency, and by consistency I mean making the right decisions. Just consistently making more correct choices. Even if you lose games, you know, you can look at it and say, you know, you can go in the replay and every time you die, what killed me, you know, and what could I have done better? It's very common to look at it and say, okay, well, if the mercy beam was attached to me, I just wouldn't have died there. Our mercy's just trash. That mentality is how you get stuck. That mentality will get you stuck no matter what. It doesn't matter what your teammates are doing. You don't have control over it. If your teammates are if you think they could be doing better, you could tell them and maybe ask nicely and be polite about it. Or you can just adjust your playstyle. Say, when I play Genji, if our Ana is just nanoing tanks every time, I'm probably going to switch off Genji, you know. It's okay, you know, it's not the end of the world. If we're not going to nanoblade, it'd probably be better for me to get on a different character. Maybe I'll play, I don't know, Tracer here, so I don't have to rely on a nano boost to try and get value out of my ultimate or something like that. You know what I mean? You can't control what the other people on your team are doing, so sometimes it is better to adjust your playstyle. I'm not saying you have to go on huge flanks and do everything yourself, but you can definitely learn to play the game a little bit better with yourself, or you can find maybe a duo. If you played really well with somebody, you can say, hey, you wanna group up, play some together. There's a lot you can do, but one thing you can't do is always blame your teammates, because if you're in a certain rank and you've been there for a while, the common denominator is you. You are the root, okay? And I hate, it's kind of a harsh truth, but the one thing that people will sometimes just ignore is their own performance. Because for people, it's like, well, everything I'm doing makes sense to me, so there's nothing I should be doing differently. when in reality, um, their positioning is poor, or the mechanics are not the best, or something's going wrong, and they could indeed work on themselves, you know. So I mean, and it happens to everybody. It happens to me. It happens to pros. Happens to bronze. You know, it doesn't matter. People will get frustrated at their teammates, but most of the time, if you just take a step back and look at your own performance, and this is one thing you can do to improve without getting, you know, a VOD review or you know, whatever. Um, you can just go in your own replay, watch your playthrough, right? Every time you die, just, you know, write down what did you die to or something like that. What did I die to? Was my ultimate good or bad here? Why? You know, why wasn't I getting healed? Well, maybe there was a Doomfist, you know, killing your healers or something, you know? So, maybe if the Doomfist is killing my healers, I can't get healed, so I need to focus the Doomfist. You know what I mean? If I died because I'm out in the open, maybe I should use cover more and try to be a little bit swifter on my movement. Stuff like that will help you a lot, and if you've noticed the tone, um, it has nothing to do with your teammates, unless something's impacting your teammates in which you can help them. So at the root of it all, it comes down to how your mental state is, and how you are affected by your mental state, and how you're playing. Because how you are playing, it's no different than working at a job or playing a sport. It's about teamwork, and you want to help your team. You know what I mean? So that's gonna do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Um, don't really have a lot to say. I'll probably be doing another one of these pretty soon. So yeah, let me know if you want to get another one, and it's gonna do it. Have a good one.